Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today we're going to talk about the latest album from Iceage, Seek Shelter. So this is the fifth full-length album from the Danish post-punk band, and to be honest with you, it's just one I cannot get down with, really. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like everything that I found appealing about Iceage is kind of evaporated at this point. It sounds like all that drama and emotional feeling has just kind of been ripped out of the music, and it's just been swapped out for a more stiff and awkward feeling. And it's not one of those situations where a band rapidly changed their direction and switched up their sound, and I just wasn't down with it. If anything, up until this point, Iceage has tweaked their sound a couple times across their discography, coming from the super noisy and abrasive days of their debut, and then fleshing that out on You're Nothing. And they experimented even further and added in some country elements, which actually worked on their crown jewel, Plowing into the Fields of Love, a record that I still love to this day. I think is basically flawless. I'd probably consider it a 10. But instead, Seek Shelter kind of just suffers from the same repetitive song structures of Beyondless, but somehow comes off just even less captivating. Take the opening track, for example, which drags on way too long. I mean, I actually looked down at my phone multiple times during this track just to kind of see when it was ending. And then there's the track Vendetta, which takes on a more danceable feel and groove to it, but oh my god, is it just awkward and stiff and lifeless? And I don't know, if it's just me, but I found it extremely odd to sit through the more jovial feeling of tracks like Drink Rain or Gold City. I mean, I don't know, I just feel like they went for a different vibe on a couple tracks, and they just did not pan out and just sound so awkward. Also, the vocalist is just a little more tamed and reeled in on this album too, which I think weighs the project down. His singing on here is just a bit more straightforward, a lot less drunken and rickety feeling, and has a more romantic kind of feeling he's going for, I suppose. It almost pans out like his side project, Marching Church, a little bit, but it just comes off awkward. It's just, he's not singing any type of sticky hooks or refrains, really. And overall, it's just way less entertaining to hear him on this album versus on Plowing into the Fields of Love, where he's barking at times and just completely out of his mind. Yeah, I don't know. There just wasn't a single track on here, I thought, that really stood up to the quality of Plowing into the Fields of Love. The really rowdy energy is pretty much gone, or at least I don't really pick up on much of it. And the songwriting on here is just so boring and repetitive, which is just kind of sad overall. I mean, they kind of sound like a shade of a band that they once were. And with that being said, I'm feeling a 4 over here on Seek Shelter. So if you did enjoy this album, you wanted to collect it, there was a limited clear autographed version that went up for sale that sold out. The only other variant that I could find floating around was an orange translucent indie store exclusive, so that seems to be pretty available, and then when that sells out, there's standard black. But yeah, I don't know, let me know what you thought about Seek Shelter down in the comment section, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and share, and if you want more content from me, hit that subscribe button. Peace.